Hi everyone, welcome to Foodie Fridays here at WIM. And I'm Sarah and this is Faye. How are you, Faye?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. Looking forward to chatting to you today, Sarah. I've got so many things to ask you.
Well, I want to talk to you about chocolate because I've had an intense, I don't know, I want to say 10 days where I've just been eating chocolate every single day. And it's got to the point where it's like desperation. So I'm forever in the cooking, making something, which is great. But I need you to tell me something that's beneficial about eating chocolate.
No, I mean, why do we worry about eating chocolate? I never worry about eating chocolate. I think it's something that we ought to do every single day because it's so enjoyable and it's so nice and it's such a nice mood changer. So I've got to be honest, I don't like to do anything to excess all the time. Everything with balance and moderation and a bit of this and a bit of that.
Right.
Except excessively eating vegetables, of course. But
always.
But I've been eating loads of chocolate as well, and I think,
thank God, I'm not the only person.
No, I'm sitting here eating avocado with chocolate.
Oh, you've got chocolate mousse. Love it.
I've literally the other day I'm even embarrassed to say this because I'm a nutritionist, but I had a bar of chocolate for breakfast.
Is this honestly quarantine?
I think for me, it's like we've put these labels on food as good or bad. Right. And I think certainly, if anyone's connected with us at WIM, they'll know something about our food plate and the way we eat and that we really focus on human food. And cacao is a really human food. It's a natural plant food and there's loads of health benefits. There's all sorts of health benefits ranging from providing antioxidants to supporting better cardiovascular health. I even read a study yesterday because I was also madly eating chocolate and looking for some good reasons why that was okay. And it was a 220 study and it was saying how chocolate is really could be involved as a mechanism to promote weight loss. So they'd given dark chocolate to a group of people who were overweight and who were on a weight loss counselling program, and the people that had the dark chocolate reduced their cholesterol and triglycerides. I haven't read the full study, but how amazing is that? So I think it's fine to eat chocolate, and it's probably fine to have a little bit of chocolate every day. But the proviso would definitely be make it 70% or above.
Or its form. Yeah. I think you're lucky you live in the UK, so I think you have access to better chocolate than I do here in Argentina. Sorry, yeah. Argentina. But I do have a 10-kilo stash of raw cacao powder.
Of course you
I
do.
don't have access.
Chef Sarah.
I don't have access to bars of chocolate. So this week I've been using the raw, every day the raw format. As much as I'd like to have eaten a bar, I couldn't. Yeah. So yesterday I tried to make my own. Which turned out really well. But what's really good about the raw, kind of when you get raw cacao as well, it's the actual beans that come out of the pod go through a natural fermentation process. So you've also got the added benefit of a fermented food.
Okay, how can we get hold of that then? So I've got I'll show you what I've got. Hold on a minute.
I'd like to show you my chocolate bar while Faye has disappeared off to find hers, but I ate them all.
I've got, for those of you who don't know us yet, Sarah's the chef and I'm the nutritionist. So I'm always trying to cook.
But she cooks very well, so don't accept her modesty.
So I've been using like cacao powder, and I've been making sure I've got a good stash of dark chocolate.
But 85%, amazing.
I want to know how I can get what you're talking about, the fermented cacao.
It's the natural ferment happens. So when they take the beans outside of the pod, because the chocolate beans come outside of a big pod, when they lie them in the sun, and I'm not sure for how long, but it's quite a long time, but through that process it goes through its own natural fermentation process, drying process. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so it's a superfood.
It's a superfood, so eat lots of chocolate. But no, in all seriousness, we're all having to manage different circumstances and scenarios. There's been a lot of change lately because of the coronavirus, and not necessarily just because of the virus, but because of the social and economic changes that are happening as a result of the virus. So I know you're at home all the time. In Argentina, they're being quite strict about you're not even getting out to exercise, right?
No, so this is our 6th week of lockdown. So the only reason where we can go outside of the house is either go to the supermarket, pharmacy, and now the doctor. If you've got an appointment. But again, it's still really strict. And I have to say, normally I'd say I'm quite good at managing my mindset, but I think that's because I have tools in my toolkit, as in going and doing a walk or going for a run that helps you to, manage your state. But I've not been able to do that. And I'm trying to do exercise in the garden, but the monotony of being inside in a small apartment is intense.
Yeah, it's a psychological thing, the cabin fever experience.
Yeah,
and I'm alone at home, so I am getting out, and we do get our exercise here, but my big change is that I've been separated from my partner, so I'm completely on my own. So the chocolate eating for me is just like a nice comforting thing to do. And you talked about managing your mind and managing your feelings, so I think we do use food for a number of different reasons, and not always just because we're hungry, and often because for social engagement, but also for comfort. So I think it's fine to do that sometimes if you're doing that with healthy foods and it's a positive thing. So if I increase my chocolate consumption by 40 grams a day over this COVID virus outbreak, I'm just going to think really positively and think,
I'm impressed by your 40 grams, Faye.
Maybe 50. When I said I had a bar of chocolate for breakfast, it wasn't a whole bar.
They're like 150 grams.
Yeah, no, it was one of those. It was one of those. Like, I'll show you. It was like you can get these little mini bars. So it was like a mini. It was like a mini.
Okay, you missed out that point.
So I think if that's fine, and I think we've definitely got to be flexible over this time. And if you want to know, if people are interested in knowing more about how to manage food intake generally, keep weight well managed, then maybe we can talk about that next week on Wellness Wednesday, and talk about, okay, eating patterns have changed, our environment's changed, but how can we manage to keep managing our weight, keep feeling good whilst incorporating some foods and maybe enjoying foods for comfort, for pleasure, a bit more than we might normally. So that could be something we could talk about.
No, it sounds good, because I think as well how we manage things a little bit differently is, okay, I'll admit I've eaten an awful lot of chocolate this week, but the form of chocolate I've been eating has been good.
Yeah.
Like you've got your avocado chocolate mousse there. Yesterday I made little chocolate bars, or chocolate bar, I don't know, little nuggets of chocolate, but using my ice tray.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But I used things like the raw cacao powder, the coconut milk, almond butter, tiny bit of honey, melted it all together, popped it into the tray, freezer.
Oh, lovely.
And then you just pop a bit out. So I was intending to only eat 2. I would have shown you them today, but I don't have any.
But they're all gone. So actually we could turn it around, couldn't we? Because we love to reframe things and leave it on a positive. That okay, eating more chocolate is very comforting. It gives you a little bit of pleasure at a difficult time, and actually you can use it as a really good way to incorporate loads of different healthy foods. So yeah, you're right. My avocado chocolate would contain maybe chia seeds, maybe some almond milk, a couple of dates, some cacao powder, and a whole avocado. So like I'm basically eating a whole avocado. So it's a really nutritious meal. So it's all good.
Great fats. Yeah.
Yes. Carry on eating chocolate.
Yay. Oh, well, thank you, Faye, because sometimes, I know how to eat well, and we always have these conversations, but sometimes when you're constantly consuming something, you do kind of go, should I be doing this? So it's good that you've calmed my nerves about chocolate and the amount that I've been eating.
No, there's always an upside, or we can create an upside. All right then, take care, my lovely. Good to talk to you. Catch up next week for Mindset Monday and Wellness Wednesday.
Perfect. Speak to you later.
Bye.
Bye.